Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff B. Davis. Your other person on That Happens. That Happens is happening currently, and when it's over, it will have happened. And in a multi-universe, in an infinite universe, this podcast has already happened infinite times. I'll tell you what's not going to happen, Spencer. I'm not finishing the second bottle of Mountain Dew that Kevin Day sent me. This stuff is garbaggio. I do not like it.
Oh, no.
If you want to, I will. Is there an Uber where I can just put a bottle of Mountain Dew in the car and have it sent back to whoever it came from? I will give this to you.
I think that I bet you could find an Uber driver to do that. Like, it might be humiliating to some, but others would be like, "This is good. This is great," and then they'll probably like take it on a long, circuitous route that gets them extra money or something. I mean, if you just put it outside your house, I'll come get it. I have no problem with that.
I'll leave it out. Yeah, it'll be on the lawn. I'll leave it on the lawn.
If someone grabs it,
I'll let the plastic stew in the sun. I just dropped a very expensive pen on the ground.
Oh no. So before the show, me and Jeff were talking about how when I was a kid, you would take a bath. Oh man, when I was a kid and took a bath, we had this little brush.
I'm listening, Spencer, but I have to go look for something.
This little scrub brush that we would use to scrub our toes, you know. And then we also had a washcloth that we used for washing, not our nethers, or maybe they were, but I'd like to imagine it wasn't for washing our nethers, because of what I'm about to tell you is that in the bath, you'd put water on the washcloth and then you could suck the water out of the washcloth, and ooh, baby, did that taste good. That cloth, those fibers, the terry cloth, kind of lending in itself to the wetness of the water. Oh man, nothing hit like that, baby. Oh yeah, sucking down washcloth water as a kid. And I wonder if that resonates with any of our listeners.
I'm going to say I hope not. Are you? I was down on the floor on all fours looking for a rather expensive Japanese pen that was a gift, and I found it. It also has a mechanical pencil in it too. It's very cool. It's got little Japanese art in it. So are you telling me, Spencer, did I hear you correctly? This is bath water?
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe more shower water. Maybe it was more of a shower water.
I'm going to hope it was shower water, because if you're just making ball soup and butthole stew, and then you lap up the delicious lightly gray bathwater and drink it down like mother's milk. That's wow.
And I have a hard time imagining that would taste good and create this sense memory that I'm talking about, you know, like, and also in my head, it's pretty cold. So it's like, maybe I would just like put it under the cold tap when I wasn't taking a shower. I don't know. But you know what would have made it better, Jeff, is if it were instead soaking in that sweet, sweet Mountain Dew Major Melon.
Well, one of our sponsors today is a new flavor from Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Spencer's Bathwater.
Spencer's Taint.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it wrong. It's Spencer's Bathwater Extreme.
It's got that great taste of Spencer's Taint that you love, but with that Mountain Dew bite, baby.
Yeah. This taint your mother's Mountain Dew.
Taint your mom's Dew. Tell you that.
It ain't good for you, but it tain't that bad. That's a good.
So people are kind of responding a little bit.
There's your billboard.
It was run that by me again.
It ain't good for you, but it tain't that bad.
Tain't that bad.
Speaking of not tasting good, I'm going to crack open a little bit of Mountain Dew's Fernet Branca line. Mountain Dew Fernet Branca Extreme.
Oh man, what if that were caffeinated? What do you think that would do for you?
It would give me diarrhea and road rage.
Does caffeine give you diarrhea?
Oh God, I used to drink all of the coffee in the world when I was in college, and then had to stop because I would have the shakes until I had a first sip of coffee, which is obviously psychological. There's no way that one sip of coffee goes into your bloodstream, into your neural pathways that quickly, where you are fixed from your Jones for coffee. And then one day, when I was going to USC, quite broke, and no health care, I had a lump growing on my chin. You couldn't see it, I could feel it. I had a little like a little cyst kind of thing happening here. And I go, oh, I'm dying of cancer, of course. I go to a doctor and he said, do you drink coffee? I'm like, I drink all the coffee. And he goes, stop drinking coffee. I stopped drinking coffee, and the cyst went away in like 10 days and never came back. So I quit coffee. But the thing is, I love coffee. The taste of it, I like it. A couple weeks ago, it was very rainy and cold in LA, which is exciting. It felt like living in London or San Francisco. It was awesome. And because being born and raised here, rain or any sort of weather, if I see a leaf blow in a tree, it's exciting. I love a cup of coffee. And then I wonder why I'm sweating, why I'm calling everybody bad names in my car, and I have to shit like a Canadian goose. And just even a half a cup of coffee, I don't know how you all do it. And like, I'm assuming, is there of course there's caffeine. What am I even asking? How much caffeine is in Major Melon?
Oh, yeah, I don't think they usually lift those amounts. You guys are going to hate me, but it turns out I wasn't recording. I thought I was recording, but I pressed the button. It just didn't take. So that's not good. But
Kevin, will that work? Can we just use my bad audio of Spencer?
Maybe. It doesn't look like Kevin's recording.
No, we'll salvage it. We'll salvage it.
Oh, Kevin, you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, we see. It's always exciting to see Kevin alive because every week we think that Kevin may have succumbed to COVID. Let's get a brief COVID update from Kevin Day. Kevin, the Kevin COVID update.
Still doing much better. I think I'm finally past the point where I'm just tired all the time now, and I'm, still smelling cigarette smoke occasionally, but that's dwindling.
So
I'm a Kevin truther, but I feel like he hasn't been smelling cigarette smoke lately, but we keep hammering him on this, that he feels the need to put up this front of being besought by that smell. And I think I think it was a real thing that happened to him, but I just think at this point it's in the rear view and we're just pumping him like a
no, I
tire.
will be honest with you. It is still, I will wake up in the middle of the night thinking the house is on fire. Like, that's how vivid it is. But it's cigarette smoke, not like bonfire. It's very specifically cigarettes.
Someone's hotboxing the house with just like a carton of cigarettes.
Again, I think you're being gaslit by your girlfriend. I think she's a smoker, and she's bringing all of her smoking buddies over and having smoke parties. And also, you never had COVID. This is a dateline. She's been poisoning you with antifreeze, and and
carbon
smoking
monoxide
and
poisoning. Yeah,
blowing it under the door crack or whatever. I don't know. Cheers, everybody. Hey,
by proxy.
I'd like to take this moment to welcome all of our Happuccinos. Happy Easter, Happuccinos. Whatever denomination of made-up fantasyland religion you enjoy and endorse. I say Easter is of the Protestant and the Christian holidays. I got to put Easter up there in the top 5. All I know is some neighbor of mine put C's candy Easter egg chocolates in a box in front of my door and said, "From the Easter Bunny." And I've eaten half that box, and I am cracky McTavish right now. I've had so much sugar that it's almost like drinking one sip of Major Melon Mountain Dew.
Oh,
but
Major Melon.
Yeah. I do enjoy Easter because it's a great time to boil poultry ova and put magic markers on them and hide them and then sometimes forget them. I didn't do, Spencer, and I'm ashamed to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make my world famous deviled eggs today. Normally there's a party on Easter and I will lay some deviled eggs out of my cloaca, out of my delicious, my foul cloaca. I will lay an Easter a deviled egg on you that is so good. What's my secret for my recipe, Spencer?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is it for Net Bronca?
No, don't. Oh, that would. Ooh, no. What you could do though. Because I've had deviled eggs before where they'll half soak the egg in like soy sauce or some sort of dark liquid, and it will dye the outer part of the deviled egg. But I find that to be a little complicated. I think the secret to deviled eggs, keep it simple. Keep it nice and simple.
Oh.
But maybe, no, don't put Fernet in your deviled eggs. That just sounds wrong.
No, it sounds bad. You know what I make on Easter is godded eggs. Were you just pouring Fernet into your eyes?
It's called physical comedy.
What?
Physical.
Do it again.
And for the people that are in Harmontown, we could say for the people that are paying to watch the live stream, we would make the people that were just listening for free feel terrible about the hilarious physical comedy bit that I was just doing. But I think it's all free still. Are we ever going to start charging fuckers for this?
I think there's different ways that you can do it. One thing we can do is make these shows behind a paywall. Another thing we can do is make it so they pay money for the videos after the fact, but if they catch it live, that's free. That could be interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't have any solid answers, but I think about it constantly is making fucking money, motherfucks, pay pigs. One thing we could do is get into Findom. You know about Findom, Jeff?
Findom?
Yeah, it's like BDSM.
Is that where a dolphin ties you up and beats you with chains and stuff?
No, this is much worse than that, and less sexually pleasing. No, it's a form of BDSM where you give your. It's so weird because it just seemed like, it seems like sanctioned legal, like credit, like financial robbery or whatever, because you give a hot lady your banking information, so they have access to your account, and then they like give themselves money and they prevent you from accessing your money and stuff. But it's like, this is just letting someone steal money from you and then
I like that the first time when it was called Wells Fargo. When you don't get access. No, I again, physical comedy. I paused. I did the Andy Kindler lean in and hold it there for no reason.
Oh man, we got to get him on the show.
When you're not confident of your punchline, you get louder.
Yeah.
So people spend money and just let other people have access to their credit or their banking information, and then just gradually watch their bank account dwindle, and then I'm assuming just come all over the place.
Yeah, that's
okay.
What is sexy is
okay.
is not
hey.
is I don't know.
It's different strokes, so to speak, for different folks.
I wish there was stroking involved.
Yeah. I briefly dated a gal who was maybe still is. I haven't spoken to her in a few years. No, 10 years. I met her. She had a hilarious name. I won't say it because I think it might actually be her name, but it sounds like a dominatrix's name. A dominatrix's name? A nom de dom? She got... Thank you. Hashtag nom de dom. She got paid 6 figures a year to work for at least one client. Maybe it was only one client that she had, but maybe she had several others. But one fellow was a billionaire. I forget what he did for a living, but it certainly involved making loads of money. And she said he was quite good looking and a kind of a dashing international type. And his whole thing was he wanted to be humiliated. And she got a blank check. Like whatever it takes, like here's like you just send me the invoice of whatever you had to do to really humiliate me. And so she had to think up these really arch scenarios. And one of them was she booked an entire floor of a fancy hotel. I want to say Beverly Hills or West Hollywood. And she set it up. And she gave him an email that it was a casting call and for to be a model, like a cattle call modeling audition. And he gets there, and in the hallway of the hotel, the corridor that she had completely booked, is a bunch of actors or models that she had hired to be extras who were like the best looking men on the planet. Like underwear model, like super hot, like like David Beckham, but better looking and less dumb tattoos. And he's good looking, but not nearly as good looking. And he has to wait as all these men go into the audition in front of him. Then he goes into the room. She tells me, I was not there for this. I wish I had been. I might have got the job. He goes into the room, and it's a full-on photo shoot with like professional photographer, light crew, grips, and catering, craft service, and he is also, a lot of the other sexy guys are in there with their clothes off, and they're just perfect. And he has to take his clothes off, and now the humiliation begins. And they dress him up as like little Bo Peep or something weird, and he has to crawl around on all fours while everybody just laughs at him and mocks him for how out of shape he is. And they're taking photos of it all. And but also there were people playing like the client, like the ad firm, like, oh no, he's ugly. He's kind of chubby, and then I go, oh, that's awesome. So the point I'm assuming is that the humiliation is the attraction, and that later he will go home and for the rest of his life he'll have these photos to remind him of how humiliated he was and come like a laser beam all over the place because that's what he's into. But no, the end of every episode with this guy ended with her strapping on a giant strap-on dildo and pegging the crap out of him, like, so to speak. Like, really, really anally giving it to him. And she was making like a couple $100,000 a year just off that one dude. And I think it's nice work if you can get it. And you can get it if you try. That segment brought to you by Mountain Dew Major Melon.
Taste so extreme, it's like being pegged.
Have you ever been pegged, Spencer? Is this too personal? Have you ever had a girl get in there and examine the prostate?
No, I've had very little sex, and the sex that I've had has been very vanilla. So, I mean, the thing is, I haven't even got to the point where it's like I'm less than so excited for regular sex that I even want to branch out. Like you have to kind of ascend to that level, or it's don't get me wrong. There's some people that have like paraphilic tendencies or whatever, where they don't necessarily have have an easy time enjoying normal sex, and so they might graduate to that even early in their sexual life. But not me, baby. Oh yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I think. I'm pretty. I wouldn't say I'm not kinky. I'm up for whatever the gal that I'm with is into, to a limit. I'm not. I don't want there to be any pee, any poo, any blood, any lasting marks. My marking fee, Spencer, is quite exorbitant. If you have to ask, you can't afford to bite me. But yeah, like I think I'm kind of on the boring spectrum where I just like sex, and I don't think it needs to involve a whole lot of apparatus and a whole lot of like the humiliation thing. I don't get. I have friends that are very into the humiliation thing, where it's not sexy in the moment; it's sexy after the fact. Mm-hmm. Which I guess I can intellectualize and understand, I guess. Like, again, whatever you're into. But I think if it involves mutilation or pooping, I think maybe sex isn't your thing. I think, or
like killing live animals. I think it's not.
Maybe just try like model airplanes, sailing. I think if you like, oh my God, there was go ahead.
What's interesting is that you can't like show blood in porn. Like I don't know that it's illegal,
Right.
but I think like basically all the places that host and have porn like don't let you show blood, which includes like period sex, which to me, I get like if it's like, oh, you can't have violence or you don't want to glorify violence, but it's like a period's pretty natural. The idea like you can't
Right.
have, that seems like a solid kink. It doesn't like, it's not my kink, but it seems like it's in that pocket. It doesn't seem like,
Yeah.
oh, this is illegal to show. I have a friend who's a porn star, and I was very surprised to find that out.
I'm surprised to find out you have a friend who's a porn star.
Oh, you probably know her too.
What's her name?
Abby Maley. You can check her out on OnlyFans. Check out her Twitter, her Instagram.
I don't know her offhand, but I will put that in my notes and collect some her clips and some night thoughts.
Collect some night thoughts.
Abby-
Get back to us.
Abby Maley.
Abby Maley. Yep.
That's okay.
She's got
Never heard of her.
I don't subscribe, but my understanding is she has a very reasonably priced OnlyFans compared to some of the other places. So,
No, so you're a friend. You're a friend of hers, but not through her porn. You're a friend of hers. Just
no, I knew her first.
You knew her first.
Yeah, I knew her
Right.
before she started doing
yes,
this stuff.
you met at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and you've been like bosom buddies. I didn't mean that to be a pun. I was going to say that before I realized what I was saying. That's fantastic. Yeah, I've met a few porn stars, and I have a lot of questions for them. My first question is always: is it just work, or is it still sexy? Like, do you still like have an orgasm? And like, or is it just simply you're just working in the coal mines and going down, 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 as Devo said.
Well, I don't want to speak for Abby, but my understanding is it's more work than it is fun, but it is still enjoyable. But the way she talks about it, she kind of has it as a separate, like she still says like, oh, I haven't had sex in a long time. It's like, you had sex today. And she's like, no, it's different. So like in her
Right.
mind, it's different from like having just kind of non-filmed sex with a boyfriend or something.
Yeah, I mean, because I've had to fake a few orgasms. I didn't have to. I felt like I ought to fake a few orgasms because if you're wearing a condom, which you should, like just sometimes you're just tired and drunk and you're a little bit whiskey dicked and you're like this could go on all night long, and the condom is starting to be a boa constrictor around the base of my my wang, and it's like this ain't happening. But I want them to feel like they did a good job, and so I've faked orgasms. And at the end of it, I felt like it's not worth it, and I think that must be what Abby,
Yeah.
maybe there's a little bit. What that feels like was like the sex stopped being fun, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I guess if you're an actress or an actor, and you're in the porn industry, you feel like you got to, the show must go on. Yeah, I don't like it.
You want to know a secret, Jeff, is that I faked all my orgasms, even when I masturbate.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to hurt my feelings.
That's, you know what? We should go to our sponsor right now. Let's take a break and go to our ad. I think this is a perfect time for a pre-roll ad that Spencer and I recorded right before this.
Oh yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, He is risen. Now available in 3 varieties: black, brown, white, and coming soon, Asian.
Wait, why? I think wasn't he originally Asian? Isn't he basically Buddha? Isn't he just a Taoist?
I feel like Jesus was like a real person. Like,
well, I mean, he was, but I think if you read the stuff, I mean, I don't know.
I think he was Muslim. Like, I think he was kind of like, like Middle Eastern, right?
I don't know.
Everyone was Middle Eastern in those areas at the time.
I know one thing for certain. I know that he was white with blue eyes, kind of sandy blonde hair, and just ripped surfer abs. I know that for sure because I've been to church, and homeboy looked like Matthew McConaughey, like when he was in like the best shape he's ever been in.
Right. That's the depiction, but that's like, I think that was our original understanding, and then they were like, well, he was probably, swarthy as shit, man. And some people, some people were like, he's just straight up black. He's a black guy, which I don't know.
Right. I'm looking up 100 Easter jokes online right now. What do you call the Easter bunny the day after Easter, exhausted. Okay, that was stupid. I do have. This is not really even an Easter joke. This is actually in one of the non-canonical books of the Bible. I think it was in not the Old Testament, not the New Testament. It was like in the medium Testament, and Jesus goes into a motel, and he puts 3 nails on the reception desk and says, "Can you put me up for the night?" See, that's an old school biblical joke that a lot of people don't remember because it wasn't, they don't teach you that in school sometimes.
I heard that he did that when that happened, Jeff, that it was in a Holiday Inn Express, Jeff.
Oh, hey, relax. It's Holiday Inn. Kevin, speaking of porn, Kevin Day, at my special request, last episode for you Happuccinos who have been following the saga of the fact that people are writing Spencer and Jeff and maybe even Kevin fan fiction, some slash, erotica. I think. Do you see this in the chat, Spencer? I think I'd rather have you read it with the D&D soundtrack. I think it's funnier with the old school D&D music.
I think I got to do it like that. Otherwise, it'll, the actual gross weirdness of it will kind of hit me.
Otherwise, tonight you might not have to fake your own orgasm. I wonder if people actually do fake their own orgasm. No, you can't do that.
It's like, why?
Do you ever just masturbate and give up? You're like, nope, not happening. This is just not. I'm not feeling it.
That's happened in the past, like when I was like younger, and like you would masturbate like a bunch of times a day, and then it's like, this is what am I doing?
No, I'm talking about the first one of the day. You had sexy dreams. You're ready to go, and then then just something pops into your mind, like the death of a family member or something. You're like, nah, I'm gonna go have a smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, take it away, Spencer.
Smoothie. Spencer snickered. I don't want to go either, but it has to come off. Oh, I don't want it to go either, but it has to come off. I'm sorry. Kevin looked the beard over as he stood watching him in the mirror. Kevin licked his lips and crossed his arms, smiling. Just as a side, I wonder what the thought is there. I mean, obviously it's sexual, but like, what's the purpose behind that? He's just this horny monkey. Anyway, then he looked into Spencer's eyes in the reflection. Well, what if you used it once more? Kevin tipped his head to the side playfully. I can't. It has to go. I've put it off for long enough and kept it for as long as I've been able to. Kevin came around and in front of him, making him step back from the mirror. Kevin draped his arms over Spencer's shoulder and smiled. I mean, use it on me. We're starting to get kind of the answer to that question I posed earlier. I'm thinking some definite teasing on my neck. Kevin's fingers went to his chin and he moved over it. And I'm thinking on my back. I want you to tickle me and make me squirm. Kevin's fingers opened and he went to the side of Spencer's face. He brushed the hair gently, feeling it over for what could have possibly been the last time in a long while. Spencer leaned down and kissed him, and the bristles from his mustache felt rough on Kevin's upper lip as he kissed him gently. Suddenly, Jeff enters the doorway. It's kind of funny just to leave it there because of the music,
Yeah. Cliffhanger.
But don't forget about me and you don't forget about me, you two. Daddy's home. Spencer and Kevin both squeal at the same time. Jeff grabs Spencer by the beard and pushes him to the bedroom. Or pulls, okay. I suppose.
So who wrote this for us, Kevin? Who is the author of this?
His name on Discord was Darkfires.
Darkfires.
And he's promised to write more.
Well, look, thank you, Darkfires. And I'm not saying don't do it, and I'm not saying we won't keep reading this because this might be the best part of our show going forward. So yes, I feel like when I enter the door at the end, don't forget about me, you two. Daddy's home. Okay, so now it's fucking, and now it's on like so much Grey Poupon.
Now we're down. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I was Googling to see if there was some other like Harmontown related stuff like this from someone in Discord, and There is some amazing fiction, Jeff, of you and Greg Proops that has been written.
This I have seen some of the stuff, and it is truly troubling.
The Who's Line crowd is intense.
Yeah, but also this was not prompted by any podcast. This was done completely.
Sure. Yeah,
just
that's intense.
Just unsolicited slash porn of me banging Greg Proops on a cruise ship in Cancun or whatever the fuck. And the attention to detail is what really, really worries me. But and again, I can't tell, is the joke or is the joke that it's not a joke, that this is actually sexual for the author or for maybe an audience of 1 or 10 people? I don't know.
The dozens of
really
stories
for you guys
of Who's Line.
Yeah.
I mean, literally dozens of many chapters of stories. It has to be somebody's enjoying it straight.
Right, yeah. And there's some artwork. Have you ever seen... I mean, I can't pull it up right now. I don't have it readily available, but there's somebody drew a pretty well rendered drawing of me embracing naked Dan from behind and with my head kind of resting like gently on his head, and I think I'm holding a bottle of Fernet Branca. It's worth a look. I forget who made it.
That's what when we originally mentioned this, we were talking about sexy art, not like fan fictions, but we'll do whatever. It's all fine. But I do want to mention that like both of these stories we've got now, they're pretty like foreplay heavy. You don't really get like this one. There's just a kiss. That's the only thing that's really happening. It's all, and the last one was kind of like that too, where it's like even the people writing it are like, I don't know about this.
Well,
so your only complaint, Spencer, is that it's not steamy enough for you.
That's not a complaint. I'm identifying this trend that we're all maybe engaged in.
Where's Act 2? Because this all seems like the cold open to some, we don't know what. I'm sure Dan mentioned it on Harmontown. Joel Hodgson from Mystery Science Theater. They were talking about porn, and Joel said, sorry, I'm burping for net. Excuse me. Cappuccinos. Burpachinos. He said, I think the problem with porn is, like, when you're watching, like modern porn, it's like, where's the refusal of the call? I like that he went like Joseph Campbell on it. And the thing is, I think he's got something there. It's like, where in this... In this fanfic that we have right now, there has to be some sort of refusal of the call and then a crossing of a threshold. If everybody's all on board from the beginning, then we're just in kind of a nebulous, ongoing Act 2 that doesn't go anywhere. There has to be some sort of conflict, I think. I'm not saying that I want more of this, by the way. I'm saying that it's almost inevitable that we will get more of this. And I'm just saying I want it to be better.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you. I think that in porn, it's not, widespread or anything, but there are stories that do have the refusal of the call. Like the plumber shows up. The woman is throwing herself at him. He's like, I'm just trying to do my job, ma'am. He goes to check the pipes, she's still throwing it. And he's like, I'm trying to get this work done, ma'am, and then and then suddenly he realizes it's not going to happen. It's not about that. Maybe the pipes don't even need cleaning, and it's actually the pipes that need cleaning. But it's like there's sometimes a bit of an early conflict there. I don't know how much atoning with the father there is necessary.
Well, I think it's there's certainly meeting with the goddess. That's almost always kind of a factor. Someone on Discord said. I mean, it's almost too much meeting with the goddess. They meet the goddess and they keep meeting the goddess, and then they just leave the goddess. I don't know. It's dumb. Who's the comic that said, when I watch porn, I want to have sex so bad. When I'm done watching porn, I never want to have sex again. Someone on Discord said, if fans are going to do this, there should be a That Happens erotic fan fiction competition.
Well, we did kind of. He did say we were going to give a prize to whoever was the best. We'll send them like some Mountain Dew Major Melon or something. So
yeah.
kind of
also,
a competition.
well, I'll make sure that when Comic-Con reopens, that you get your own table. And also, I'm just seeing that Neil Gaiman has submitted his own That Happens fanfic, so that's good. We have him. So I'm saying that the competition just got a little steamier. Everybody, you have to deal with Neil Gaiman.
Stiffer.
It got
You
stiffer.
know what I'm talking about.
When I was a kid, Spencer, it's funny you should say that. When I was on Broadway as a boy, when I was 10 or 11 years old, Broadway in Times Square was very like before Giuliani decided he was going to be the savior of Times Square. It was all porn, and there was porn theaters everywhere. And there was one marquee that I'll never forget: "Romancing the Bone," a play on Romancing the Stone with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, and then the headlining act, Stiff Competition. Which I thought was great.
That reminds me of this one porn theater that was also, well, yeah, it was a porn theater that was called Indiana Bones and the Temple of Poon.
For real?
No.
That's
like a callback to when we were talking about the dog groomers. So Indiana Bones and the Temple of Groom.
The Temple of Poon.
Yeah, see what I did there.
Yeah, well, you
sound like you like it, Jeff.
Oh, I love it. Here's the problem, Spencer, is that now, because I'm a comedian that travels on tour buses, and when you get on a bit like that, then you want to do it for 3 days. And so on tour with the Who's Line guys, we did pun, like take a movie name and make it a porn title for,
sure,
I think a week. And also movies that you don't change any word of it at all. But you have to make it sound like poop. Like a movie that just the name of the movie is funny if you think of it as a poop movie.
Right.
So like Splash. That's funny.
Or Backdraft.
Backdraft is great. Curly Sue, I think, is a goodie. The Sting. Well, so we did this for days and days and days and days and days. And I forget who said it, but we were in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, and somebody came up with one, and we had done 900 of these. And we finally closed the window on it when somebody said the funniest one that I think you could possibly do as a poop movie. And again, we had lots of them. There's Black Beauty, or there's The Paper. There's lots of these. Somebody said, "Nutty Professor 2, Meet the Clumps." So that's the funniest one. And this window closed, and let's come up with a new bit, because you're not fucking topping that one at all. I defy you. Hey, Discord, I defy you to think of a funnier, without changing a word or a letter of the movie title, to be a funnier poop movie than Nutty Professor 2.
Yeah.
Even that's funny. It's got layers. Meet the Clumps. That's just great.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming up with plenty.
Yeah.
Operation Dumbo Drop. We did that one. Yes, of course. Charlie and Chocolate Factory. The Green Mile. We did that one too. Look, I'm telling you, there's no way that you're going to give me one that we haven't done before. It's There Will Be Blood. Somebody just said that was one of my favorites. There will be blood.
Free Willy.
Deep Impact is good. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop reading these, because now we're just going down a horrible. What have we covered so far, Spencer? On That Happens, porn and poop puns.
And suck in washcloths.
I say we've only got about a little bit of time left. You want to play a little D&D and give me a recap of what we got to last time?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Deep Impact.
Last time on That Happens, what happened? Our heroes had just fought a swarm of spiders in a haunted house that they were sent to by hush money to collect back taxes. After dispatching the spiders, our heroes went door to door, checking out rooms and listening to them. finding lots of trash and lots of terrible, dirty clothes. But then they opened a door and found a strange sight. It was a bound man by the name of Beef Fungus Ned. Beef Fungus Ned was a curious fellow. Oh boy, was he. He had his things and his clothes stripped from him, and he didn't know how he got there, but he thought it was ghosts, because it's a haunted house, you see. Going and helping, our heroes untied Beef Fungus Ned, and he said, I think I know where my clothes are. And then he went and got his clothes, which seemed to be placed there recently. He put on his clothes and they looked through some more trash, and then they went up into an attic, or actually I guess Fuzzy Knuckles climbed up into an attic, where he found a brace of Sturges, and they fought the Sturges and took damage, but then they prevailed, and the Sturges got bitch slapped by Ned. Now, who even knows?
All right. So, are we standing in a room with, it's me and the Big Copper?
Oh yeah.
And Beef Fungus Ned, and a bunch of dead Sturgises, or they're just laying around.
Yeah, they're dead. I think one of them kind of flapped away, but the rest of them got killed. I think Big Copper poisoned two of them to death, and you pinned one against a wall as if it were a bullseye.
Right. I examined the room to see if there's anything of interest.
There's nothing else. You already found the most valuable looking thing in the room that wasn't trash, and it was a porcelain doll with jade eyes. And you know that jade is a precious stone that can be sold for money.
And I've already taken that porcelain doll, right? I've already got my hands on that, right?
And just so you know, it's not haunted or anything. It doesn't look super creepy. It's not like a creepy haunted doll.
It's just a valuable little trinket.
Oh yes, that's exactly how I would characterize it.
Okay, so I walk out of that room, and how many more rooms, how many more doors that we haven't investigated are on that floor? Oh yeah, we're up in the attic.
Yeah, you're up in the attic, but you're the only one up in the attic. Everyone else is not in the attic. It looks like there's maybe two other rooms that you haven't checked out. And then where you are, there's the staircase that was broken that you climbed up to get into the attic. And then there's also a staircase that goes down to the first floor. But it's a different staircase than the one you took. It's like a staircase at the back of the house. Okay,
so can I safely hop down through the broken staircase out of the attic down to where where Big Copper and Ned are?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Okay. I hop down and I show them a porcelain doll, and I said, just so you know, I just beat a lot of mosquito bats' ass up there, and all I got was this lousy porcelain doll with jade eyes.
Hey man, you take what you can get. Also, we helped fight the Sturges too. It wasn't just you, so you know.
Oh wait, they were up there too?
No, but the Sturges flew around, and so two were flying at you and two were flying at them.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so now we're all together on the second floor?
Yep.
Okay, I walk towards... so there's other doors we haven't examined on this corridor?
Yeah, you've examined the north and the east wing of the house, and there's also a west wing of the house.
Okay, I go to the west wing and listen at the first door I see.
All right, listening at the door, you hear nothing.
I open the door.
What was once a fine master bedroom now stands decayed. Some of the floorboards are missing, and there's rubbish scattered around. Isn't there always? A tall wooden wardrobe stands against the opposite wall. Its door is closed.
I try to open the wardrobe.
All right, it opens. There's leather boots and a stained cloak.
I examine the cloak to see if there's anything in the cloak.
There's nothing in the cloak.
Does this cloak look like something that I... Okay, it's just a moldy... Everything here, again, it's at the Holiday Inn Express in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Are the boots worth anything, or are they just crappy old boots?
They're crappy, and they have holes in them.
Okay, examine the rest of the room for anything else.
Nothing else.
Okay, I walk back out. Same old stuff, just a bunch of rotting crap. I try the next door.
Rubbish is scattered around what was once a fine guest bedroom. There's evidence of a rodent infestation, and webs hang in the corners. A
Okay.
4-poster bed stands against the wall. Its woodwork is ridden with worms, and the curtains that once screened the bed are torn and stained.
I'm assuming there's nothing else of value that I want to see in here.
No, there's a couple, what do you call it? The bed has a couple signs of being messed with. Like, it looks like maybe someone's fiddled with the bed within the past few months. Most of this area, other than, Bee Fungus Ned, and other than the room that contained his clothes, they kind of seem undisturbed, mostly undisturbed without really...
Oh, so
real
somebody
evidence.
somebody recently might have slept in this bed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, within the past few months or something. You can't really get a good read on the time.
I examine the bed and pull down the bedclothes.
It's full of worms.
Okay, I put those
But-
back.
Yeah, but other
sorry,
than
yeah.
that, you could just tell it's You
Worms.
could just tell it's been used. Yeah.
By worms. Okay. Anything else in the room that might tickle my fancy?
You find a fancy tickler.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I tickle. I close the door so Big Copper and Ned can't see me tickle my own fancy.
It's a critical hit.
So I don't have
true delight.
I don't have to fake my own orgasm, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And not only is it a fancy tickler, but it's a fancy tickler.
Okay. I walk out. Are there any more doors on the west wing?
No, there's just the staircase. Oh, the staircase is to the north. But yeah, those are the only 2 rooms.
Okay. I walk down the staircase that goes down to the first floor that we didn't come up.
Okay. What happens? That puts you in what's labeled room 9. It's a kitchen. This kitchen is dirty and damp with patches of gray mold and cobwebs on the floor, walls, and ceiling. In the southwestern corner is some iron cooking equipment with a chimney above. Under the window is a cracked and discolored stone sink, and to the right of that sink is a cupboard. Against the far wall, a wooden flight of stairs. That's the stairs you came into. That's what is against the far wall. Yeah, that's all. Just a cupboard.
I go to the cupboard. I open it.
You find some old cups full of mold. Some
Jesus
mold cups.
So I turn to Ned and Big Copper and say, I think this place is mostly haunted by neglect and disrepair.
Yeah, it seems. To be the case.
I yell out because I heard about this one time that ghosts don't like being heckled, and I yell out like, "Hey, if there's any ghosts in here, why don't you show yourselves? You shitty dead beings."
You hear nothing other than the stirring of bugs beneath the floorboards. Ooh,
Okay.
it's not.
Is there
fun.
any part? Is there any part of this house that we haven't examined yet?
Yeah, there's the kitchen kind of leads into a hallway, but there's also a side door that leads into like a small kind of side room. Also, roll an investigation check.
What am I adding to that?
I guess your intelligence. I don't think you have investigation as a class skill.
So 23.
Wow. You find footprints. Oh boy. Again, this whole house is relatively undisturbed, but these footprints tell a different tale.
What sort of can I tell what kind of footprints they might be? Like humanoid or like what size they are?
Yeah, they're absolutely humanoid. They even look human. They don't have the stubbiness of dwarven feet. They're too small to be gnome or too large to be gnome feet, and they have the heaviness that you never see in an elf foot.
I follow those footprints to the door.
Yeah, the footprints do go to that door. Your intuition was correct. That's how good your investigation is.
Thank you. 24.
Yeah. 24. You have 24. Okay. So Yeah, it's just a door. The door's closed. It doesn't seem to be locked.
I open the door.
More mold. A large copper cask, split, discolored from rust. I guess it's not rust. Corrosion, and empty, stands under the window with a small heap of crockery shards on the floor nearby. Stairs lead down into what is presumably a cellar.
Oh.
That's all.
Do I still see footprints going towards the cellar?
This kind of area is just kind of scuffed, and you don't see specific footprints, but the dust is obscured. That indicates that movement has happened, but just not as discrete as, singular prints.
And are Ned and Big Copper following close behind me?
Yeah, although Ned's like, I'm not sure about this.
And I know I don't have to ask, but what is a Big Copper? Hey, Big Copper, what do you think? Should we go down into the cellar?
Oh, yeah, baby. Why wouldn't we? Ain't no ghosts up here.
All right. I open the cellar door.
All right. Okay, you do that. That happens, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I got there in the end.
It's the name of our show. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy birthday, Jesus.
Happy rebirth day.
Exactly. A savior so nice, he was born twice.
I don't know why that tickles me, but it did.
Okay. I'm a fancy tickler.
You really are. So you open the door, and it's a cellar door. You know what those are like.
Yeah. Well, sure.
And so I'm not even going to describe them. But the staircase kind of stretches down into darkness. You can't really see anything down there.
I light my ever torch to see if I can see anything.
You can see. What can you see? You can't see very much because the angle of the kind of staircase just kind of goes into the corner. But you can see that there are like what do you call it? Like racks, like you might expect to see in a wine cellar.
Okay. I examine I examine what's on the racks.
Oh, so if are you going down there then?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So the second you step onto the staircase, you hear horrid screams, hideous screams, as if of a soul in torment. They go, ah, except even worse, as if they're being like agonized. I can't even make such screams because my life has been lived in relative comfort. But you just imagine horrifying screams as if someone's being tortured, but they sound unearthly or ghostly, one might even say.
Oh, we did it! We found some ghosts.
Yeah, so now everyone got to take wisdom saves or be scared.
I'm adding my wisdom. Ooh.
Yeah, your wisdom.
So my roll plus my wisdom, 25, Jack.
Oh man, the fear washes over you, but you're stone cold, baby. You're making it happen. You don't even care. You're like, screams. I've heard screams. I've caused screams worse than these.
For sure.
And yeah, it's all good. But yeah, okay. Ned is like, I don't think we should go down here, man. This is some fucked up shit, man. You can't bitch slap a ghost.
How's Big Copper doing?
Big Copper's like, this is what we came here for. We got to collect back taxes. I mean, this is what we came here for. Let's get them taxes, baby.
All right. Are we walking downstairs towards like the bottom of the cellar? Like, are we in the room already?
I guess you can be in the room.
Okay, I look around. I'm waving my ever torch around, trying to see what I can see. Do I see anything?
Yeah. Shoulder height wooden bottle racks line the north and west walls here. There appear to be no intact bottles left in the racks, and shattered bottles cover the floor. Against the east wall at the foot of the stairs rest two large metal storage bins that appear to be empty. In the center of the room lies a human corpse clad in plate mail. A long sword lies by its right side, and a large shield covers its legs.
Wait, read the last line again. What's on him, or the corpse?
The corpse has plate mail, which is a heavy armor,
Right.
and a long sword is by his side, and a shield is covering his legs. A large shield. So he's got a shield and sword.
And he's long dead or recently dead? Am I smart enough to do CSI on this person and know like if he's been there for a long time or has he just died?
Yeah, you should roll another investigation check or medicine if you have medicine. I don't think you do though.
And I'm adding wisdom to it or what?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Oh, god damn it. 14 plus 18. So deal with that.
Something is wrong here. I think you're calculating something wrong.
Oh no, intelligence. No. So it's 20. It's the plus 2 is the modifier. Got you. So yeah, so I rolled an 18. I got the plus 2, so 20.
Gotcha. Well, that's still really good. Okay, so you're kind of examining the corpse. It looks like it died probably a month or so ago. There's some kind of, this is like right by the shore, so there's a lot of dampness. So there's definitely some rot, but it's intact. It's not like a skeleton. It's not withered. It's actually in a very gross stage for a corpse to be. It looks bloated and infected. It looks like it might even be infested by something like gross bugs or something.
Okay, well, I look back at Big Copper and Ned and say, well, this is probably somebody stupid as we are who tried to come in here and collect the back taxes and got beaten up by these ghosts. But I'm not letting that happen. Is there anything else in the room Is there anything else in the room I should examine, or just this dead corpse and empty flasks and bottles?
You could check out the flasks, but other than that, that's empty. Everything else is kind of empty. There's those big empty containers, and the mostly broken bottles and such.
Okay. Are there any
also,
other doors?
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, there is. But Big Copper comes down here. There's not doors. There's a staircase. Actually, the Big Copper comes down and he what do you call it? He trips down the stairs. But he gets back up. He's apparently clumsy.
There's more stairs to go down because we only have 1 minute left, Spencer, because we have to get on to Kevin. Who's coming up next? Callie Fontecchio or the Channel 101 videos?
We have the best Channel 101, followed by Callie, followed by some vampires.
Okay. Well, we apologize here that happens, that we're doing kind of a short one tonight, but we have lots of groovy stuff coming up next that Kevin will tell you all about. And where do they go, Kevin? They just stay here?
ShrubHomeVideo.com. Just stay on the same channel, yep.
Stay here. So I go down the other staircase, Spencer.
Sorry, there's not another staircase.
Oh.
The Big Copper was just, you were the first into the room, The Big Copper was kind of on the stairs and he fell down.
I pick up the long sword that's laying next to the corpse.
Okay, you do that?
And I plunge it into his back like I'm planting a flag on on the moon. And I say, whatever happened to this asshole ain't gonna happen to us.
Oh, damn. As you do that, a bunch of rot grubs, which are just these disgusting leech-like creatures, swarm out of the body after being disturbed by your antics? I don't know. But that happens. And now it's combat. In the future, when we return on that
cliffhanger! That's a cliffhanger. I'm going to fight some corpse bugs. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Spencer and Kevin Day. Thank you, Happuccinos. Thank you, the good people at Fernet Branca, Major Mellon, and whoever we did our ads for. Happy birthday, second time, Jesus. The second time is always the second best, or no, it's probably the better one, because he saved you from your sins. Easter's a weird one, everybody. Try to. There's other holidays that make a little more sense, but it's the one that we have right now. My neighbors gave me chocolate. Spencer, what are you plugging right now, Spencer? Real quick.
You can check out my my D&D modules that I'm selling on thesixler.itch.io. Also, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/thesixler. I'll probably be coming on tonight to stream at some point. I try to stream every day, mostly in the evening and then earlier than the evening on weekends. So, yeah, come on by. It's a chill vibe.
Okay, cool. And you can also check out my Patreon, Jeff B. Davis Storytime, and Jeff Brian Davis on all my socials. We love you all. Happuccinos, drive fast, but be circumspect. Thank you again, everybody, and enjoy Channel 101 videos and our good friend Callie and Rob Schraub and all those people. I'm signing off. I've been Jeff Davis. Spencer has also been Spencer.
Go with God.
It's the only way.